On this episode of MythBusters, Doctors Heineman and Savage raid the archives for a movie myth about a bike flip. If you poke a pole in the front spokes, will it really flip out?
Timing was perfect.
If you say so, Junior.
And Cary Grant and Tori are Breaking Bad
We're busting out of here, see?
to test tall tales of prison breaks. They want to know if you can rappel to freedom using bed sheets, toilet paper, and hair?
Ow!
Who are the MythBusters? Adam Savage
That's 100% wacky right there.
and Jamie Heineman.
Pain is your friend.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. Joining them, Carrie Byron,
Do it.
Grant Imahara,
Danger! Warning! Warning!
and Tori Belleci.
Okay, you want to play rough, little gopher?
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Let me guess. Indiana Jones?
Yes, cast your mind back to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Indy and his father are racing away from the Nazis on a motorcycle. Nazis come up alongside them and are about to get them, but Indy doesn't have a weapon. Quickly thinking, he grabs a flagpole, jams it in the front spokes of the Nazi motorcycle, and...
The motorcycle flips up in the air, end over end. Bad time for the Nazi.
Exactly. That is our movie myth.
It's a classic scene from the silver screen. The Doctors Jones, Jr. and Sr., are being chased by the Third Reich on bikes. But a flagpole in the front wheel of the nearest Nazi and a motorcycle flip-out sees our hero escape with a trademark cheesy grin.
This one's really interesting from a physics sense because when I look at that scene, it doesn't seem awkward or out of place, but it does beg the question, is it really that easy to redirect all the energy that's going this way to going that way?
I'm thinking that we break it down to its constituent components, test each one, and then put them all back together for a full-sized finale.
This will be fun. It's been years since I've been on a motorcycle.
Ever since that gang, right?
So first things first, it's a motorcycle myth, and we'll be needing a...
That's a bike.
Exactly.
Oh, it's lovely.
I actually rode across the country in one of these things.
No way. I'm just reeling from learning something about you I didn't know. It seems that there's a never-ending supply of those.
It's a single-cylinder four-cycle. We call them a thumper. It's not like it's like an old-fashioned bike.
Okay, it may be old-fashioned, but the movie bikes are vintage World War II.
I know what you're saying. You're saying this really doesn't look like a vintage World War II era motorcycle, and it isn't. In fact, it's from 1981, but it is the exact model of bike used by the stuntmen to perform their stunts for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which means that it, and not some vintage bike, is the perfect test platform for us for this myth.
Now that that's sorted, let's kick things off as Adam and Jamie focus on the first aspect of the myth.
Since this myth is all about the poking of a flagpole into the spokes of a motorcycle, one of the things we want to know is how fast can we poke a flagpole?
Because once they know the speed of a human flagpole poke,
Nice, Tiger.
they can calibrate their remaining tests to just that.
Just plain funny to let you exert yourself like that. I don't know why exactly. It just is. High comedy.
Whatever floats your goat.
And the high comedy on the high speed reveals the magic number to be 30 miles per hour. Cue part 2 of the experiment, a remote control flagpole thruster.
You might remember this puppy right here from Birds on a Truck because this was our pigeon catcher.
Yep, it's not a prop from Mad Max. It really is a pigeon catcher. Not that it caught any pigeons.
It has an air reservoir, it has a valve, it has everything we need to shoot the stick into the wheels of the motorcycle. I just need to change the barrel a bit and we'll be good to go. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that looked a tad faster than 30 miles an hour to me. But let's see what Adam thinks.
1.
That might be a little too fast.
That's what I said.
Is everybody okay?
That's dangerous.
Yeah, we might have to tune that one back. The only problem that we're finding with this rig is that it seems to be giving us too much bang for our buck right now.
1.
That's 143 miles per hour. Almost no pressure in this tank. This valve is so big that the stick is still going at like 50 miles an hour, which is way faster than either of us could throw the flagpole. I'm not gonna get tired of that.
And so to get the speed they need, around 30 miles per hour,
This is an exceedingly weird operation.
they add some hose to decrease the pressure.
Firing in 3, 2, 1. That might be it.
That's it, that's the butter zone. 12 PSI, we get 28.5 miles per hour. That's perfect.
As odd as this sounds, after destroying their wooden backstop, they finally got the ex-pigeon catcher throwing a flagpole at a realistic speed.
This might sound crazy, but a lot of the fans are saying that you can actually make rope out of toilet paper, and it'll be strong enough that you could scale down a jail wall and escape.
Toilet paper, are you serious?
All right, well, if we're gonna do that, I think we should do the all-time classic, making a rope out of bed sheets.
I know it's kind of out there, but let's also do the Rapunzel version of this, where you make a rope out of hair.
Ew.
Any prison break worth its place in urban folklore involves a death-defying descent from a great height, including these fan-site fables. Desperate convicts, eager to be ex-convicts, have escaped jail with the apparent aid of cell-made ropes of toilet paper and bed sheets. And if you include Rapunzel's luscious locks, that's 3 harebrained escape plans to test.
So how are we gonna test this?
Well, why don't we each take one of the materials, make our ropes, and see which one of us makes it down the side of the building.
And may the best rope win.
Wait, I want bed sheets then.
Too late!
Yes, in a vertigo-inducing finale,
Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
our fun-loving criminals will find out for real if the ropes made from their mythical materials will aid and abet their jailbreak,
Stupidest idea ever.
or send them plummeting to their doom.
Ow!
But before all that, let's take you back to the beginning, where Carrie's plan for a braided escape is giving her a bad hair day.
Is this not the most disgusting thing you've ever seen? An entire box of just hair?
Yes, coming in at #1 on the weirdest raw material chart are 50 human hair ponytails.
We have to break out of a building that's 14 stories high. So I have to make a rope that is 140 feet long. I think the difficulty here is not gonna necessarily be the strength of the hair, because this feels really strong. I think it's gonna be where the hair splices together. I have to come up with some sort of knotting or braiding system that it won't slide apart and, 100 feet down, I'm not just gonna plummet to the earth. And it's gross.
Meanwhile, Grant's mythical method is a little more conventional and a film fugitive favorite.
So in order to make sure we have maximum authenticity here, we've gotten these bed sheets from our friends in Alameda County, and they're actual county jail linens.
But he's not only keeping it real, he's keeping it simple.
My plan is to extend them lengthwise so that they're the full 7 feet long, and then fold it into a rope-type shape and knot them together.
And finally, Tori, who has some serious tensile strength issues with his authentic one-ply prison-issue tissue.
There you have it. It's not strong enough.
But he's a man with a plan.
If you look at the toilet paper, it's perforated for your convenience of pulling off one sheet at a time. Already, it's got this built-in weak leak. So I think twisting it, rolling it, will give me the extra strength that I need. Look at that. The same amount of toilet paper, just wrapped up, is strong enough to now hold the 3 kilos. So this is the way I'm gonna make my toilet paper rope.
Adam and Jamie's past crusade to hold Hollywood to scientific account
Oh, that's
has given the team some memorable moments of movie mayhem.
Busters on the ground. Busters on the ground.
But on this last crusade, the team are tackling the tall tale that a stick between the spokes can cause a head-over handlebars flip. So far, they've got their bike and rigged a remote control flagpole thruster. So, what's next?
When this bike is moving at highway speeds, the spokes are going so fast you can hardly see them. So what we need to find out is whether it's possible for a human to thrust a stick into those spokes fast enough to get them cleanly through there. And then once that occurs, what happens to the wheel?
And to get the wheel spinning at chase scene speeds, 50 miles per hour, Adam whips up a dynamometer.
So the dynamometer is fully built and constructed. It's ready to spin this wheel up, and I'm going to explain. I don't really need to explain how it works, do I? The motor drives the chain, drives the wheel, spins it up to speed, we poke it with the stick. It's pretty straightforward. And now it's time for the old spoke and poke test.
So with the bike secured, this test is all about the space between the spokes and not the full flip.
This is going to be cool.
Will a flagpole thrust at realistic speed actually penetrate the wheel?
3, 2, 1.
Apparently not.
Well, that was a bit of a letdown.
Yes, the stick just bounced right back out. And after a second test under the same conditions produces a similar result, the guys decide they're missing the point on the stick and on the wheel.
Maybe we want to aim the stick back towards here.
Like the movie, the guys were aiming at 3 o'clock. But as that last test showed, in the time it takes to hit the spokes at 10 o'clock, the flagpole can wobble free. So, take 3. Only this time, they're targeting 9 o'clock.
Firing. 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. Penetration, wheel stoppage, and as a bonus, some controlled mayhem.
We broke some stuff.
We successfully stopped the wheel with the stick, and that's great. That's 15 pounds coming to a dead stop from 50 miles an hour. But this was a stationary test. When we go out on the road with this, there are hundreds of pounds in this bike, plus the rider that want to keep on going. And that's where the real fun's going to start. So, it turns out it actually is possible to get a flagpole in between the spokes of a motorcycle wheel while it's going 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, you know, I don't see anything holding us up from putting this motorcycle on a trailer, dragging it behind a truck, and trying this test full size at speed.
And then if there's any truth at all to this myth, bikes getting airborne.
Exactly.
So it's full scale ahead, and the plan in the can looks a lot like this. At the push of a button, the bike and Buster will begin freewheeling. That, in turn, will trigger the flagpole flinger and jam the stick into the spokes. And to get things rolling in the right direction, Adam's reinventing the wheel.
Well, the first problem I think we got to solve is exemplified by taking a look at this footage again. Yeah, see that? Okay. The hubbed spoked wheel, it's not really ideal for us to shove a stick into because those spokes are not going to stay put. We need a wheel that can stay put under continued abuse for repeated tests, and we're going to use steel plate to do it. We've had 2 of these, plasma cut out of 1/4-inch steel plate. We're going to bolt them to one of the motorcycle rims, have a tire put back on it, and a couple of flange-mounted pillow blocks on the axle, and that ought to hold up to everything we can throw at it. The Road Warrior would be proud. This thing is absolutely as solid as a rock. It's perfect.
For the Prison Break parable,
This place can't hold me!
Grant Iron Man Imahara,
We're busting out of here, see?
Carrie Knuckles Byron,
I was free!
and Don Salvatore Belleci
Free, I tell you!
are pretending to be put away in order to break out.
Prisoners, step in, lock down.
They're going to find out if you can effect an escape with ropes made of bed sheets, toilet paper, and hair.
My collection of hair I've gathered from the shower and all the rat tails I've been stealing. I will have no problem making a rope and getting out of here.
But despite being forced to use authentic cell-made materials,
Warden, I got diarrhea. I need more toilet paper.
the guys won't really have to prepare their escape in their cells. They get to do that back at the shop, where Tori has worked out that if he twists one-ply prison-issue tissue, it becomes less fragile.
Look at that. That's pretty cool.
But can it really be made into rope?
As you can see, I'm twisting the toilet paper into little strings. Once I have enough strings, I'll weave it into a rope, and hopefully that will be strong enough to hold my weight, and that'll be my ticket out of this joint. And this process is taking a long time, but let's face it, I'm in jail. I got nothing but time. Someday I'll be free. Bing.
It may be time-consuming, but before modern manufacturing techniques, this is exactly how real rope was made. Fibers of material were twisted into yarns. A few of these yarns were twisted in the opposite direction to form threads. And again, several of these were counter-twisted to form rope. So it might sound crazy, but Tori could be onto something.
I'm gonna get out of jail in no time.
Meanwhile, Carrie's about to find out if her plan for a braided escape is even viable.
I'm a little nervous about the strength of the hair, so I've got a knotted piece here that I was actually just gonna try my weight on. I'm really kind of nervous about this because of that factor. Maybe I need to find some inmates with some less healthy, slippery hair, some good fried out bleach blonde inmates.
Yeah. Or maybe, just like a conventional rope, you could braid a number of those single strands together.
I'm going to take 3 braids and tie them all into one braid so that it's sort of how rope works, where if one fails, it has 2 more to kind of depend on, and hopefully that can give it more strength. Unfortunately, I'm getting claw hand from like all the braiding.
And that just leaves Grant, who got lucky with the least labor-intensive material.
The bed sheet is beautiful because you can go to the prison laundry, steal as many as you need. You don't need 100 years to make your bed sheet rope. You need about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. And you're climbing your way to freedom.
However, the toilet paper plan is taking a lot longer.
I need to spread my wings and fly.
So to speed things up, our crafty criminal uses his mastermind to good effect by twisting multiple strands at once and cheating.
So I've taken 5 sheets of toilet paper, twisted them together to create this. Now I'm gonna take 3 of these, wrap them together, and then take that and wrap that together and hopefully create a rope that's gonna be strong enough to hold up my weight. But before I do that, I gotta do a little magic. The amazing Balici.
Meanwhile, over in Grant's cell, he's testing to see if the sheets can take the strain.
So what we have here is a single standard Alameda County bed sheet, the knot tied at the top, threaded through 150 pounds of weight, which is equivalent to my body weight, and as you can see, it's actually doing quite well so far.
Outside in the exercise yard, Tori is also ready for a strength test.
This might work.
Carrie, however, is still desperately braiding and plaiting. She's more concerned about the hair's joints and splices than its tensile strength. After all, keratin, the major protein component of hair, is as hard as nails, literally. It's also the stuff that forms horns, claws, and hoofs. The question is, will it also make rope? Jamie and Adam are flipping out.
That might be a little too fast.
All right.
Testing the movie myth that jamming a stick between the spokes will cause a motorcycle flip out. But they've got a tough build ahead.
In order to go full scale with this, we need to both be able to hold this bike and let go of it at very precise timing. So we're gonna start by building a trailer that holds it upright, that on the push of a button releases it, and then once it's released, we'll fire a stick right through those front spokes.
In engineering terms, there's a mountain to climb. And what better way to show the passage of time than a montage? And a cross-dissolve later, the rig is ready to roll. But before the cameras do,
I wouldn't have married you if I'd known you were so heavy.
The team needs a change of scenery.
Ready?
Yep, let's go.
And the location they've chosen is, surprise, the disused runway at Alameda.
It's a good day for a motorcycle accident.
I think so.
Let's make a few.
Unlikely to have a motorcycle accident is Jamie, our very own cross-country motorbiking mythbuster. But Adam,
Let's trade.
well, that's a different story.
How do you undo this?
I'm not so sure this is a good idea. Adam on a motorcycle. Even with seat belts, I worry about Adam. Are you done yet? We got some work to do. Let's get busy.
All right, let's do it. Oh! Ah.
So while Jamie reassembles the trailer and release rig, Adam brightens up the bike for its big scene. And then gives Buster,
Hey, little buddy.
our soon-to-be crash victim, matching safety wear.
You're not going to prison, you're going on a ride.
And with Buster's ride secured to the trailer, he's ready for a test run.
This may look pretty straightforward, but actually it's a pretty complicated rig, and there's a lot of little things which we're not sure exactly how they might react to getting up to speed. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Get the whole rig up to speed and just see how it runs.
But before they even get up to speed, Buster looks like he's DUI.
Well, now that's a problem.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to see.
For those of you playing along at home, here's what we were trying to do, and here's where it went wrong. We were attempting to pull the motorcycle by the handlebars. When you're riding a motorcycle, that's an excellent way to steer it. But when you're pulling on it, you're effectively pulling it from behind its axle, and that makes it very difficult because any slop in that system means the bike wants to do everything but travel in a straight line.
It's slowly creeping over.
Yep. So we are going to modify our rig to pull the bike from exactly on its axle. We're going to put in a 3/4 inch rod that is about 2 feet long. We're going to put it up on a little shelf. That's too far. Now it's got to come back. We're still going to use the same release system we have, but that should make the wheel travel straight and true and allow us to drag this thing all day long and do our testing.
So after several hours of hard work, it's crises averted.
Looking pretty good from my perspective.
And Happy is back.
So the new rig is set. We are bringing the truck in and we're ready for what is still to be our first test run. But honestly, actually, it's been great trying to solve this problem in the field with little scraps of metal. I feel very positive at this point.
That's if it works. And with the truck easing up to 25 miles per hour,
I don't see any problem with that.
Buster stays upright and has no problems keeping in line.
So we've had a few setbacks. We've tweaked and tuned the rig. Now it's time to start the mayhem. Start the mayhem!
Jailed for science. Carrie, Grant, and Tori are going a little stir-crazy.
Man, I gotta get out of here. If only we could figure out a way to escape.
If only we had a rope or something.
Yes, they're putting 3 mythical rope-making materials to the test. The hair's been braided, the toilet paper twisted, and the sheets rolled and knotted. Which means our ingenious inmates are ready to become outmates. And the coop they'll be flying from is the Alameda County Courthouse Jail. They have to rappel from the roof using only their cell-made ropes.
All right, you guys, it's a moment of truth for our prison escape ropes. We've got 100% human hair, toilet paper rope, and the old school classic, bed sheet.
Well, since yours is probably the most likely to work, maybe you should go first. You show us how it's done, and then this way we can test out the SWAT team safety mechanism.
Fine, I will.
Good luck, man.
All right.
Freedom!
Good
Freedom.
idea. Him going first. I like that.
So Grant, the nominated human guinea pig, is first up. But rest assured, he's in safe hands. Jack Tucker and Mike Norton are SWAT team rappel masters, and they've rigged a harness and rope system that will allow Grant to climb unassisted. Unless he falls.
I got full confidence in the SWAT guys. They specialize in 2 things, rappelling and kicking ass. So I feel completely safe.
Yeah, real safe.
Well, that certainly gets the juices flowing. Yeah, it's a little bit different perspective up here. I can do this.
With every inch of that terrifying drop playing on his mind, Grant forces himself to focus on prepping for the climb.
So this is the moment of truth for my bedsheet rope. Can you actually escape using a bedsheet and not have it break? Okay, it's long enough. Okay. So careful observers may note that I'm wearing, in addition to my standard prison garb, a safety harness. Now the important thing is that the safety harness is only in case the rope breaks or there's some other problem. Okay, you guys, I'm ready to go. The bed sheet will be holding my entire weight the whole time. Here I go.
Grant's first careful steps are onto a convenient ledge just over the edge.
Holy sheet, that's high!
But from here on in, it's down to Grant and those knotted bed sheets.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready?
Go
Here
for
we
it.
go with the old school bed sheet.
Be careful, little buddy.
Despite the concern below, the early signs are good.
He's doing the walk down the wall thing.
Oh, it looks like he's done this before. You broken out of jail before?
Wow, those are holding up.
The bed sheets are holding up.
He's getting tired.
Oh, man.
The question now is, can Grant hold himself up?
Oh, God. He's just hanging. He's just hanging.
Hang on, buddy! Don't let go! You're almost free! Atta boy!
This sucks.
You can do it.
I've got climbing experience, but there's nothing to hold on to up there except for the rope.
Pretend like your life depends on it, because it kind of does.
It says, thank God that I got those big knots in there, because if I didn't have that, I'd be done.
Oh, Grant, you're doing so good.
You're almost there, dude. You're halfway there.
The sheets are totally holding you up.
There were a couple places where I couldn't quite get a foothold, and the rope just slipped through my hands, and that's where I got these hideous rope burns, which are really, really hurting.
Oh, look at the pain in his face. Freedom's like 20 feet away.
Yeah!
Ow! Ow!
Oh, yes! 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 Yeah!
Let go, you're there, dude.
Yeah!
I'm free! I'm free!
Confirmed!
Ow!
Freedom. But with a bad case of rope burns.
The good news is I can totally see why they put this in movies, because the entire time the bedsheet was solid. There was no ripping, no tearing, no giving way of the bedsheet. That was solid. And, you know, I had been in a little bit better physical condition, probably would have gotten down that no problem.
And what that means is that scaling the jailhouse wall with a bedsheet rope is confirmed.
I'm free!
For those playing along at home, here's where we stand so far on the myth that jamming a flagpole into the front spokes of a motorcycle will cause it to flip up in the air. We've gotten a motorcycle wheel up to 50 miles an hour and found out that, yes, a human is totally capable of jamming a flagpole into that front wheel and stopping it.
We broke some stuff.
The question now is, if you're doing that to a motorcycle that's moving, will it have the effect that the myth states?
The bike immediately stops and starts to cartwheel while going up in the air.
Now we're going to see what happens for real.
Okay, that's where we've been. But where are we going?
So this is how this works. We're sitting on the back of a flatbed truck moving down the runway, and when I press this switch, I set into action a whole series of events.
The first series of events he sets into action are electrons moving down this wire. Those electrons working so hard and beautifully, we get to this motor and start it to spin. This motor, mounted to this entire custom-built rig, meant to hold this motorcycle in an upright position, will start this all-thread spinning. This all-thread is mounted to a nut in the center of the handlebars, keeping it attached to the rig. The nut in reverse will release the bike from the rig. When the bike releases from the rig, it'll trip this little blast switch. The brass switch will then send a signal to this 2-inch pilot valve, holding back 25 pounds per square inch of pressure inside the Schedule 40 accumulation tank, which we've custom built. The air, once released, will travel down this flexible hose into this cannon behind the hickory stick, sending the hickory stick through the spokes of our custom built motorcycle wheel, stopping the motorcycle on a dime, sending it up into the air, and hopefully having everybody cheering for science.
And with the crowd expectant, the team set up and step up for the first test at 25 miles per hour.
You know what I hope?
What?
I hope it works.
Me too.
All right, let's start it.
Buster, looking every inch a crash test biker, tailgates the truck, ready for his moment of glory.
20 miles per hour.
And once the team are at test speed,
25.
Adam calls it.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
That went through. It stopped the wheel. Okay, Will, stop.
Slow down and stop.
It all happened pretty fast, but a quick look at the high speed confirms the Rube Goldberg-esque rig worked like a dream. Jamie hit the switch, Buster was released.
Oh, I see it flicking the switch.
The cannon fired, and the flagpole was jammed into the spokes,
The timing is just dead on.
giving Buster a taste of asphalt.
How you doing, buddy?
But there was no sign of the mythical flip.
It couldn't be better, but I didn't see no Bico Flippo.
Yep, no Bico Flippo, more of a Bico Topolo. So, what's next?
The next thing we're going to do is ramp the speed up a little bit so that the bike will tend to want to stay upright for longer. And we'll probably get a little more energy in the process, which means a bigger flip if we're going to get one at all.
So it's take two.
Holding up well.
And this time they take the truck to 40.
30 miles per hour.
Okay, firing in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, you can stop. Stop.
Stop.
So the additional momentum didn't help the bike get airborne. Instead, that extra energy was used to snap the flagpole in half.
You know what? That right there is the test. You know, that's the test.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. It broke the stick.
I think that was the circumstances of the myth right there. We got the bike going at 40 miles per hour. We got the stick firing perfectly into the spokes. It didn't stop the bike, it didn't flip the bike, and it broke the stick.
So what's next?
Stronger stick. That was the circumstances. Let's try and get the results with a big fat steel stick.
Steel it is.
Yep, just like Buster, the myth is down, but not quite out. Carrie, Tori, and Grant have had success with the first of their Rappel to Freedom tests.
I'm free! I'm free!
This myth is absolutely confirmed, and I love it when myths are confirmed. The rope did not break. You can make a bedsheet rope and escape from jail. Let's not air this in the prisons.
That's one down, literally,
I'm free!
with 2 to go.
Now that the sheets are confirmed, it's time to see if all your hard work is gonna pay off.
You look kind of nervous. You okay?
I am kind of nervous.
All right, good luck. See you on the outside.
I'm not afraid of heights, but I'm really afraid of falling. And I'm not a mountain climber. This will be the first time I really will have done anything remotely like this. So, yeah, I'm nervous. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
And no wonder she's nervous. It's clear hair isn't exactly an ideal rope-making material.
I was watching her form the rope, and there were many times where she had to take it apart because she would test it and it would just go whoosh. She's got multiple strands, you know, forming a big, thick rope of hair, but I don't know, at this point, my confidence isn't especially high.
And neither is Carrie's.
Whose hairball idea is this?
Well, it's a harebrained plan for sure, but it's too late to turn back now. We're about to find out if that hairy lifeline will cut it.
Man,
Oh, it's looking pretty good so far, actually.
well, the hair is
It's holding up. That's great.
It's incredible how strong it is.
Whoa!
It defies belief, but Carrie's descent is being supported by nothing more than a 140 feet long triple braided ponytail.
How's it going, Carrie?
I see split ends.
You should have used conditioner.
They're split ends.
Hair care issues aside, Carrie's descent is going spectacularly well.
You're almost free!
The redundancy of the 3 separate braids seems to have solved the splice slipping problem.
Oh, yeah!
And her technique of sliding instead of climbing is just perfect.
Yeah!
You did it! The hair didn't break!
I've got to say, I'm totally amazed.
My hands, a little jacked.
This rope is composed of hair that's braided. And if you look at it, it's actually kind of springy, which is just crazy. It's effective. Disgusting, but effective.
Yeah!
Oh my God, that was so scary.
Yeah.
And the hair didn't break.
I can't believe it didn't break.
It was like I'd slide, grab a knot, slide, grab a knot. But the whole time I was just like, it's coming undone, it's coming undone, it's coming undone, it's coming undone. The only part it got really hairy, I would say it was actually, there's a portion in the middle where the hair's really thin, and I actually watched a little piece of hair go like this in slow motion, and I was just like, going faster, going faster. Then, when I was right close to the ground, I had about a foot, then I kind of dropped a little bit. That's the only time I actually felt the rope, kind of the belay, was the last foot. The whole time, that was sheer human hair strength.
Incredible, but true. But unlike the bed sheets, the guys are reluctant to call this one confirmed.
The hair worked, and it didn't break. I mean, it's not the most practical technique, but I mean, if you can get that amount of hair and braid it together, you can make rope and escape.
Yeah, unless your name's Rapunzel, getting that amount of hair could be an issue. But as a mythical rope-making material, it does actually work. On the motorcycle movie myth, Adam and Jamie are having a flipping good time.
I haven't seen no bike flippo.
But so far, there's been no sign of the mythical head-over handlebars flip.
Okay, you can stop.
So they decided to beef things up a bit.
So at 40 miles an hour, hickory didn't really cut it. So this time, we're gonna use a steel pipe. This is about 8 times as heavy, and it's gonna do something pretty violent.
But that extra weight necessitates a couple of tweaks to the rig.
I'm gonna up the pressure quite a bit to about 80 PSI, where we were doing about 20 or 25, and I'm gonna lubricate it a little bit. And since we forgot to bring the lard, the lunch table had a little leftover mayo, so I'm gonna try that. Sometimes you just need a little extra lubrication. Too bad we forgot the lard.
I feel funny.
With Jamie's steel pole nicely lubricated, the team is ready for what it hopes will be the final spoke poke.
Well, hopefully this is the it shot. This is either going to flip this motorcycle or prove once and for all that it's totally not possible. I hope this works.
What's not to work?
Oh, so many things.
But if it goes according to plan, Buster will soon be taking a short, dizzying flight with a mandatory crash landing.
Okay, pulling 3, 2, 1, go! Give me 5 there.
Another smooth execution by the rig, and you could say the guys are pleased.
Well, that seemed to work just beautifully. It doesn't get any prettier
It
than
was
that.
flawless.
And the bike did not flip.
No, the
No
tire skidded. You know, that's it. That's the perfect test.
It's forward momentum. It doesn't transfer immediately to vertical momentum. It makes all the sense in the world now that I've seen it happen.
You know, you could stop the bad guy that way if you happen to have a steel pipe, but it's not getting airborne. It won't happen. It's gonna do exactly that.
Dude, that totally worked. Quick grenade.
The most important thing to keep in mind about this test is the traction between this wheel and the road surface.
Nice work, Buster!
If you bring the wheel to a dead stop, like you will if you put a stick between the spokes, it's gonna skid. You're gonna lose control. It'll slip out from under the bike and it's all over. It will not get it airborne like it did in the movie.
Oh, so satisfying.
So, no Biko Flippo, even with the mayo.
You know what we have to do though now? We have to finish on a bike that's doing a flip. Hook or by crook, we have to finish with that. Physics 1, movies 0.
And so it's back to the shop to square the account and find out the physics of film effects.
Dude, check this out. It looks like this whole scene is just a trick of editing. You can see that when the bike takes off, it's totally stationary. And if I frame forward a couple frames, you can see a small explosion underneath.
That's a classic Hollywood sleight of hand.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that if we're gonna do this Hollywood style, we're gonna need some explosives to get that bike in the air.
We need a boom.
Exactly.
Yep, so the key is TNT. And with that in mind, our special effects specialists get back to work.
This is what is known as a mortar. Now, this is what is going to make the bike do what we couldn't do with a stick through the spokes. We're gonna fill this with gunpowder. We're gonna put it underneath the bike, and it's gonna fire a bunch of black powder, shooting the bike way up in the air and spinning while it does it.
To survive that black powder-powered flight, the bike gets a once-over from Adam.
This may look like an ordinary bike, sure, but in fact, this bike has now realized the dream of all bikes, which is to be a stunt bike. I've reinforced its skeletal structure so that it can be punched from behind the engine and fly up in the air to glory.
Sounds great, unless your name happens to be Buster. To get to the bottom of the toilet paper jailbreak,
Oh, this prison food's killing me. You need to put more fiber in the damn food!
Tori has taken a swipe at making a rope from genuine one-ply perforated prison poop paper.
So my toilet paper rope is done. It's taken me a long time, and it looks like rope. However, it's still only toilet paper. So I'm hoping it's gonna be strong enough to hold up my weight.
His chances are made of paper.
His escape technique's paper thin.
We better get out of here. They're gonna put us in the loony bin.
Toilet paper rope escape? Probably the stupidest idea ever.
It's not that stupid. You've had stupider ideas.
I'm gonna kick your butt if I survive, Grant.
Watch that first step. She's a doozy.
And that first step is also the crucial moment when nothing but toilet paper is taking Tori's weight.
Oh my God.
But incredibly, a few expletives aside, it's all going according to plan. Sort of.
Toilet paper is used to wipe your butt, not climb down a building.
It seems the real issue with the tissue is finding a firm grip.
I'm off.
You okay?
And that, right there, is why we hired the SWAT team. Tori slipped. And if it wasn't for the safety harness, he was a goner. But aside from that sudden and terrifying drop,
Yeah, dude, you're almost there.
Tori and the toilet paper hold firm and make it safely to terra firma.
You did it! How's those hands?
They're numb.
Who would have thought toilet paper works to escape prison? I'm amazed. I'm amazed that the toilet paper did not break. At least while he was making his way down.
I'm free. I can't walk, but I'm free.
Yeah, it broke, but it didn't break during the test. And so Tori gives toilet paper his seal of approval.
I am totally convinced that toilet paper used as a rope is a plausible way to escape from prison. You saw it. It didn't break. It stretched a lot, but it didn't break. It was incredible. Toilet paper.
It worked! We're free! That was amazing! 2 plausibles and it confirmed!
Hair, toilet paper, and bed sheets.
All right, I'll see you guys in Mexico in a month.
Welcome back. Here's where we stand. We have already busted the myth that if you jam a flagpole into the spokes of a motorcycle at speed, that it will flip end over end. Totally not possible within the laws of physics. Now, Jamie and I are going to do it Hollywood style with our favorite tool, explosives. In Hollywood, also, geeky television show hosts get to dress up like their favorite movie heroes.
That's the only crack I know. I can't crack like that, Al.
And pretend to be in one of their favorite movies.
All right, let's get to filming.
And to make sure this silver scene recreation is spot on, the bike and Buster get a makeover by the wardrobe department.
It looks good.
And Buster is given no choice about his participation in the upcoming stunt.
That's how the old Hollywood stuntmen used to do it. Wire me in, they'd scream. Buster's old school.
With our very own member of the Third Reich on his bike, the guys, with the help of Matt the Pyro, prepare the mortar that'll send Buster into the air.
We've got this mortar with a plate right on top of it. That plate is welded to the bottom of the motorcycle. It's very secure. When that gunpowder goes off, the plate is going to go up, and that's all there is to it, except for one thing, and that is any air in the mortar would compress.
Going back on.
So to deal with that problem, we've put sand in there. The sand will not compress, and it also adds a certain mass that will literally push the bike up in the air without us having to use massive quantities of explosives, which would cause other problems.
With Jamie applying the finishing touches, Adam takes delivery of the final piece of the puzzle.
Dude, I totally want one of these.
So now, Adam's got the ride to go with the outfit.
Awesome. Look, it's got a seat for Jamie and everything.
Cue one very happy, geeky TV host.
Have you ever heard the term nerdgasm?
And with that out of his system, it's stunt time.
It's like nerd fantasy camp.
Okay, so here's how the MythBusters big budget movie shot is going to break down. Jamie and I will start the motorcycle and sidecar about 100 feet behind our stunt cycle. We're going to drive right past it, and then we'll get 100 feet ahead of it. The pyro's going to detonate the charge in this. Our stunt buster is going to fly up in the air end over end, and the long lens that we're shooting it from is going to make it look like we're a lot closer to the explosion than we actually are. You ready, old man? You got a taste for adventure? Okay. Here we go.
So everyone, including Buster, is all set. Adam and Jamie roll up to speed, and Matt waits with his finger on the detonator. To get the shot, the timing, camera angle, and flight of the bike has to be just so. And that couldn't have gone better.
Well, the timing was perfect.
If you say so, Junior.
Well, let's check the footage. The mortar exploded as Adam and Jamie hit their mark. And Buster, the chasing Nazi with the stick in the spokes, goes head over handlebars.
Awesome.
I'm seeing it go ass over tea kettle.
That's exactly what it looks like in the movie.
Yep, as a quick comparison confirms, the guys got the shot.
It's beautiful.
So you may watch this and still think, well, I think it could happen if the motorcycle under the right conditions. Let me point out, this stick in the wheel made the motorcycle skid. How much energy did it take to make the bike go completely vertical? Enough energy to crush this 3/8 inch thick steel plate and crack the frame in like 19 different places. That's a hell of a lot more energy than you can generate with a wooden stick. Myth busted.
And now Buster, for doing such a good job, gets his reward. He really likes it this way. Nice work, Buster! Nice work!
You know, at this point, we've done over 500 myths, and we get them from the internet, from movies, but the most important source is from you, the audience. So if you've got a myth for us to test, we'd love to hear about it. Log on to discovery.com/mythbusters, and if it's any good, we'll use it.